I said, are you guys excited to have Roland come out here and share with you his wizardry? I mean, look, guys, this is the thing about Roland. Roland is such a genius that when he steps into a business, it's kind of like gravity. It has no option but to grow. The guy knows what he's doing. He knows the tricks. He knows the hacks. He knows how to scale. And ultimately, he knows how to make big, huge piles of money. He's one of the smartest guys in the business. My friend, business partner, and the person I look up to most, Mr. Roland Frasier. Give it up. Come on, guys.
Thanks, man.
Keep it going. Come on.
I like that. I got rickrolled on the stage. I love it. So this is a fun session for me that I love to do every year because we use so many different tools in our businesses, and they can really make things so much better and faster for you if you've got the right ones. So I like to just kind of go through and show you in all the different areas the things that we have found to be really good. Now this year I'm doing it a little bit differently. I didn't want to go over any tools that I'd used before, so I have at the end of each section some of the things that we think are the essential tools that we continue to use, but the only ones I'm really going to talk about are newish ones to us. So starting with that, there are two things that I always use to find new tools that I highly recommend you do this too, is both builtwith.com and Datanyze are two services that allow you to see what tools what tools are being used on someone else's site. So if you think that somebody's doing something really cool, you find a website that has some feature that you're like, God, that's so cool, I wish I knew what it was. Built With will tell you that. You can also use Built With if you are trying to generate leads. So if you want to know everybody that's using Opt-in Monster on a website, then it will tell you that as well. Those two are both really good for that. Datanyze is a little different. Datanyze will tell you what are the top tools in terms of the percentage of sites that are using them for everything from competitive intelligence to personalization to e-commerce platforms, whatever you want. So those are both great general resources to kind of find out what's working. With respect to competitive intelligence, there's not really anything new for us that we have found to be amazing. There are some analytics things and a Facebook tool that I'll show you in a minute, but the green is what we consider like the essential things that are working really great for us that we wouldn't want to live without. The ones in the black are kind of nice to have if you want to play with them. And again, these slides, along with everything else that I have presented, are on slideshare.net/Roland Frasier. You can download them and see everything you need. So from content marketing, Hawkeye.ai is a part of Scoop.it, and it's really cool because it will go through, you put keywords in, and it goes through and finds all of the content sources that you are using, analyzes them, and then tells you all of the data insights related to what gets crawled. So it's a great content marketing tool. GroupHigh goes through all of the bloggers that you might want to get in touch with, aggregates them, and then gives you outreach for them, all using machine learning, artificial intelligence. Pretty cool. And then VastClicks from one of our War Room members is pretty much, if you're familiar with Sniply, it's kind of an advanced version of Sniply. Storybase, a great content marketing tool. It's telling you exactly what the people who are in your audience want content about. So if you're kind of trying to figure out what should I write about for these folks, this is a great tool for doing that. And then MarketMuse is, I think, still Karen's favorite tool, who runs our Platter content marketing agency. Just all across the board, she just loves this. It does a ton of stuff. But it's all content optimization and SEO. And then Expertise Finder for finding, we like the Society for Professional Journalists and Help a Reporter Out and things like that, but a new one that we've been using lately is expertisefinder.com as far as for finding people to write. And then these are all of the ones that we've talked about a few times, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on, but you can kind of take a look at them when you download the slides. Okay. From copy, Swipe.co, a huge collection of everybody else's stuff. It is a really great resource for being motivated. There's a subscription, there's some free stuff too, but Swipe.co has a lot of things, and we actually use these in our publications. So some of these old ads we'll put on the backs of our physical newsletters for our War Room members and other people we do newsletters for, and it's kind of interesting to see. It's also interesting to see what has worked over the years. For e-commerce, iZudu.com is a great dedicated really to e-commerce push notifications. I know Perry and Karen talk about push notifications. They're really good for us in all of our businesses, but in e-com, this one is one that's dedicated really to that. And then a humanized one that brings in actual real people to interact and add additional value is ltvplus.com. And then all of our usual suspects that we've been using for a while that we recommend. From Amazon, zontracker.io, it kind of says it all on the landing page, but the ability to track attribution from Facebook ads to Amazon, I don't know any other tool that allows you to do that, so that's kind of special if you're selling from Facebook to Amazon, which you should be. And then our standard Jungle Scout, one of our favorite Amazon tools still, and a whole bunch of other things. So funnel cart and CRM, nothing really new for us. We still use ClickFunnels. We still use Instapage, two of our favorites. In ads, RevealBot, automating all of your Facebook ads, that's something that we've tried to do more and more every year. So RevealBot is a great platform for doing that. Smartly.com as well, which is buying automation. Smartly.io, if I didn't say IO. And then for keyword research, GrepWords. We've been using GrepWords for a while, but I realized when I was going through the deck that I hadn't shared it with you guys before. So it's definitely something that I would check out. And then keywordeye.com as well, kind of like the industrial version of keywords. A lot of agencies using that. Keyword Revealer, another one that is focused on revealing competition keywords. So if you want to find out everything that your competition's doing, this is a really easy way to do that. And then some of our favorites like LSI Graph and SEMrush and those tools. So we're still using all of those, but it's always fun finding new tools. For traffic, this is something that I showed earlier, and I'm showing it again just because we find it to be one of the best ways to know what to do where in the funnel. Early stage, assessments, contests, games, interactive graphics, and quizzes being the best lead gen. And then as you get to the middle of the funnel, more calculators and interactive books and things like that. And then the big winner at the end is any kind of configurator that you can do. So knowing that, outgrow.co, one of our favorite for generating interactive content, and it does kind of all of this stuff, so that's definitely worth checking out. We still like leadquizzes.com, so that's another one that we probably use that more than anything else across the businesses, but Outgrow is, I think, the one that's kind of the up-and-comer right now. And then Gleam we use to run contests, including the ones we did with Branson and things like that. So Gleam is still one of the best contest tools for us. And for building calculators, calculoid.com. MaterApp is a referral platform. So if you're looking to get people who come to your website to refer other people, it's really good at creating virality. So that it has a lot of different apps within it. So that's materapp.co. Upstart.me. This one I really like a lot. So the ability to find email newsletters that you can sponsor. It's a huge database of newsletters, and you just look for the keywords for the kinds of newsletters that you'd like to get ads in, and then they connect you with them. It's really, really great resource. And then our standard, everything from ManyChat to FriendBuy and PushCrew that we use for traffic. SEO-wise, Dibs.me, one of the best for if you're a link building person. This is a great way to scrape links and see and get new ones for backlinks. And then ClickFlow, which is Eric Sue came out with this, and it's hard to explain, but what it really does is it looks for your highest traffic pages, the highest traffic pages that have the lowest number of click-throughs, so that it tells you what to optimize because you're missing out on the opportunity because you're not creating monetization opportunities from your highest traffic pages. So it's a really cool tool to save you a lot of time looking for that. And then it'll actually track the monetization as well. And then some of our favorite things, Screaming Frog, still love that. Slurpee, still love that. Ahrefs is probably one of my all-time favorite tools. And link intersect on Ahrefs is a tool that I think Syed mentioned that in our Wicked Smart. If you haven't used link intersect with Ahrefs, you're definitely missing out on a lot of opportunities. For social, Linked Helper, I mentioned this in the first keynote. Linked Helper automates everything LinkedIn. There's nothing else that comes close that we have found, so highly recommend that for developing your following on LinkedIn. And then we're managing all of our social now, our timed social and everything through Agora Pulse. We find that to be really, really great. Hype Growth as well, just an Instagram and Twitter growth engine. And then Duck's Soup, which is a growth engine for LinkedIn as well. And Socialmonials, Socialmonials is kind of a complete optimization of social platform. We use that through some of our companies. The only Facebook thing that I have found that's good for ads lately, other than the wonderful database that Massimo at AdEspresso has put out, and if you've not looked at that, you definitely should, is Power Ad Spy. It has a database of, I think, about 6 million different Facebook ads. So if you want to do competitive intelligence and see what Facebook ads are working the best across different keyword categories, it's a really, really great tool. My sneaky, kind of naughty tool for scraping Facebook groups so that you can have all of the contact information and find out all of the members of Facebook groups is Phantom Buster, and combining that with any leads helps you to actually get the contact information that you can then upload into Facebook or Google as custom audiences and reach out to those people, even if you want to reach out with relatively specific messages. And then, and then Rev.com for transcription. So we use Rev.com instead of the Facebook transcription tool so that we have accurate transcriptions on our videos so that the captions down at the bottom are accurate. And then kind of my hack that I kind of bungled into was that you can actually have them do it in multiple languages. So since 86, I think, % of the people watch Facebook videos without audio, why not just give the audio to have it captioned to Rev and then say caption this in Spanish, English, and whatever other markets that you want to advertise in, and then run ads into those markets or even into the US. There's millions and millions of people in the United States that speak Spanish only. And so running your ads in the United States to the Spanish language with a translation here, that's a pretty cool way to do that, and it's really cheap. AdEspresso, I mentioned, still love DriftRock, Meet Edgar, and Sprinkler, lots of great tools there. List tools, this one's really cool. So if you've got a company and you've got a lot of people and you want to have something that you're pushing, Sigster will change across all of the email accounts that your company has the signature at the bottom. So you can manage all of your staff and employees' signatures with one tool, and if you're changing promotions from time to time, just use this tool, and then everybody ends up making that promotion using the signature on their email. BombBomb is really great for doing video emails, and this is one that came out of another mastermind that we have called Closing Table for real estate people, but it's been tremendously effective. It is always one of the best converting things that all of our brokers and real estate investors use. Mailshake for basically a simple mail solution. If you want to send things out and get into the inbox but not go through your CRM, then Mailshake is a great tool for doing that. And then Voila Norbert I've used to track down email addresses from really, really hard to find people. So especially like blog owners, there were some blog owners and they have, if you're frustrated when you're trying to get contact information because you go to the contact form, you look up who is, and the information is private, so you can't get it there, and then you go onto the site and they've got a contact button and you hit the contact and there's a form, so they don't give you the information there. This has been a really great way to get down to the actual email. Voila Norbert. And then lots of tools that we find very, very helpful. In particular, Bright Verify for weeding out bogus email addresses so that you don't hurt your sender score by sending emails to people who don't actually give you the accurate thing. And then on video, there's actually quite a few there. For video keywords, the ability to integrate into YouTube and extract all of the keywords that other people are using, TubeBuddy, tubebuddy.com. And then TubeSift also gets all of the keywords out. But what it does too is it allows you to identify all of the specific videos that have monetization enabled, so that if you want to pick specifically people to reach out to on YouTube to advertise on their channels, then it will identify all the videos that meet your keywords. So you get a huge list and you just give it to a VA, and then they will go through and be able to contact those people. Use Loom for recording videos intercompany or to people that you want to contact with. For creating automated videos, they're pretty good. They're still kind of hokey, but if you just need to create some videos really fast, we found Lumen 5 to be really good for that. And then vidIQ, just to give you YouTube intelligence. And then this one is an open source. So if you don't want to have to pay for one of the other tools, this is a YouTube keyword extractor. And then we still like vRoll quite a bit, still like Handbrake for transcoding videos. And then there's a lot of these down here if you want to create cartoons, Animoto and Powtool and things like that. So there's some that would be worth checking out. For live streaming also, we like BeLive. BeLive has a whole bunch of really cool tools to allow you to stream live. Restream, to be able to stream on multiple platforms if you don't want to have 42 phones set up so that you have to do Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and everything else to stream live, restream.io. And then for integrating countdown timers and promos and things like that into your live stream, as well as puzzles and quizzes and polls and things like that, Live Reacting is a really great tool. And since live is so important going forward, I think it really makes sense to take advantage of some of these tools. They make your life a whole lot easier. Also, being able to stream on multiple Facebook groups at the same time, Live Leap, which also, by the way, causes everybody in the group to get notified. And then this one's really cool. This one will tell you what your picture says to the world. So you put your picture that you were thinking about putting on your profile or whatever picture you're thinking about using, and then it'll say you look competent or arrogant or authentic or whatever. It's really funny. So like if you're standing there with one of these real estate type poses, then it'll come back arrogant, and you know that maybe you should try to do something else. So I like Photo Feeler quite a bit. And then obviously still loving Photoshop and Canva and some of these others that we've been using for quite a while. For retargeting, Pixel Me to make things a whole lot easier. If you get all tongue-tied when you try to use Google Tag Manager and things like that, and it really works to make things easier. Pixel Your Site is a WordPress plugin that allows you to put all the pixels on your site super easy if you're not a coder and don't want to dive into PHP and things like that. Syed Balki, who is up here on the stage with not one, but three wicked smarts, owns a company called Opt-in Monster. Opt-in Monster has so many uses. It's just one of the best tools that we use. It does on-site retargeting. It does personalization, geo stuff. There's really no end to the on-site stuff that Opt-in Monster does. And if I was going to pick probably any one single tool that I had to have to be able to make money online right now with all of the options that we're talking about today, that one on your website is probably the most versatile. For influencers, IntelliFluence, easy to say, is a great platform that helps you get reviewed, and if you're an influencer, and also helps you find influencers if you are looking. Clear, who is out here exhibiting, has influencer monitoring programs, so if you want to kind of see how things are going, it's a great way to keep track of that. And then influencerfee.com to see what should you actually be paying the influencers that you are thinking about hiring. From analytics, I think Syed actually mentioned this one too. Nacho Analytics allows you basically to become a spy and see what the analytics of any other company would be. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. I'm sure Syed does, but that's a really cool tool. Another probably, along with Opt-in Monster, one that I would say you really, really should look at. InWrite is a great tool set for managing everything. And then obviously Google Analytics, ClickMeter we still like quite a lot. Likealizer for Facebook intelligence. Those are all tools that we use pretty much every day. Conversion optimization, Visible for revenue attribution so that you know where is the actual monetizable best place to advertise. What sources are you advertising on that are actually contributing the most to revenue? Visible is great for doing that. Intercom for sales and marketing allows you to talk to everybody. AWS, Amazon Polly is a text-to-speech, so it's text to lifelike speech, and everybody that I know, we have not put Amazon Polly on our sites yet, but everybody I know that has said that their conversions are increasing dramatically because of everybody wanting voice. Landbot.io for landing pages, for conversational commerce, for scheduling appointments and getting it done fast, schedule once. GeoFly for personalization based on where people are coming from, and you can see some of the stats on that. That's a really great tool. WizGo for personalized push. Push is great. Personalized push converts even better. WizGo seems to be our best choice for that. We still really like Pingdom for determining what is the best tool for identifying your page speed. And then Lead Connect, so that when you get somebody that comes in as a lead on your website, they get to your sales team as fast as possible. And if you're not using Sales Team Connect now, if you don't have a sales team that's returning things by phone calls, you're missing out on a whole lot of business. This is one of the ones that does it the fastest. This does the same thing, except it's really designed primarily for SaaS, and it allows, if you have a SaaS company, Crankwheel allows you to do your online demos without having to schedule them. It really sucks when you're interested in subscribing to something and you have to schedule a demo just to see it. I don't want to have to talk to anybody. I just want to see the demo now. This allows them to do it live and instantaneously. If you don't want to pay for it, you can use pushover.net. And then Connect.io does retargeting, connects Facebook lead ads to your CRM. It's basically a social CRM. And then Browser Stack for being sure, and this one's really overlooked and super important, to be sure that the things that you are putting online can be viewed on all the browsers and all of the different mobile devices that people might be using. Privy.com also is an email and cart abandonment recovery tool. Profitwell for it's basically the same thing for subscription businesses. Rejoiner as well for email recovery. And then all of our favorite, True Conversion is our tool, so we love that obviously because we built it for ourselves. And then Sales Message, and I think Dialogger has changed its name. I don't remember the new name right now. Use FOMO as well, probably should be a green one now. For social, this is the only tool that I know that does this for Instagram, a social CRM for Instagram. So this is probably in my top 3 with the other 2 that I mentioned, directheroes.com. I would definitely check that out. Twobound for managing all of your Facebook groups. And then some of the standard ones like Chatfuel and ManyChat. Linktree is a really great tool. Tailwind, if you're doing Pinterest for competitive intelligence, really fantastic. For personalization, we love niftyimages.com. I mentioned it the other day. This is the thing that allows you, it does countdown timers and a bunch of other stuff like that too, but it allows you to take any image and then create it personalized. So if I want to take a picture of me holding a blank white sign and then use the CRM to put your name on something on it, it will do that for you. And Write Message as well also integrates your existing website with your email marketing database. So that's just personalization. Swerve and Evergage is still probably my favorite real-time personalization platform if you're not on-site like Opt-in Monster does. For business operations and teams, this one is really cool, and I would highly recommend that you go and watch the video of it. It's primarily to do conversational intelligence. So it will look at all of your outbound or inbound sales person's calls. It will take those and process them and identify the questions who's converting best, what questions are being asked by everyone, who's answering those questions best, and then tell all of your salespeople so that they can use that information when they're talking to people. What's cool about it is you can also apply this to webinars. So you can feed your webinar transcript in, not transcript, your webinar audios in, and have it listen to those and tell you what parts of the webinar are converting the best and which ones aren't. And there's a whole bunch of great studies. I love this tool and this site. If you want to send handwritten notes to lots of people, like you've got 50,000 people on your list and you want to send a handwritten note to all of them, that will actually be very moving and pretty good conversions we found from handwritten notes. This company does that at scale. Modoc is a bunch of different stuff, but the primary use for us is ringless voicemail. SlideDial is another solution for that. And then Otter for being able to have all of your voice notes recorded and be able to search within your audios. That's really, really cool tool, otter.ai. And then an LMS for workplace if you want to teach people how to do things. We have one called Praxio that's primarily checklist based. If you're interested in, you can talk to the DM people, but loop.co, loop.co, one to look at. Also, Kite is a sales enablement tool. And then if you're familiar with OKRs, which is objectives and key results as a way to measure what matters, is a book by John Doerr, which is one of the better books that I have read on this. We use Monday to manage our teams and have them set their objectives and then track whether they're accomplishing them. Trainual to effectively do training and manuals. Lead Feeder allows you to see who's visiting your site from what company and then get their contact information so you can reach out to them. It's a little creepy, but hey, whatever it takes. Mad Kudu for lead scoring. And then Front App is one, and I think the other one's Clipsy, that allows you to push all of your text to a place where you'll be able to see them and respond from automated text responders. And then this one with this very easy to remember web address at Atlassian.com/software/Confluence, just rolls off your tongue, for a shared workspace. Somebody needs to talk to those guys about that. And then these are just some other tools. We still like Office Vibe for kind of seeing is everybody happy, and Sweet Process for helping us to document our SOPs. Zapier for connecting things. And that's it. I wanted to make this kind of short because it's really for you to download the list of these things and take a look at all of them yourselves. The tools will make your life easier. You can also spend a bunch of money and lose yourself in them, so please don't do that. And I recommend two things. We put all of our tools on a separate credit card so that we have just one place where all of those charges appear, and then we review it on a regular basis to see what are we still using and what are we not. So, we'll typically find, like when we were doing it quarterly, we'd find $20,000 a month of tools that, I'm Roland Frasier and I'm a tool addict. But it really helps you to manage by having them on a separate account and then have somebody that's tasked with reviewing them and be sure that you're actually using these things. But again, everything will be on, I said slideshare.com, turns out it's slideshare.net/Roland Frasier. Take the tools, download them, and please message me and tell me what you think of them and the ones that you like that you're using, because it helps us to share them, and next year we'll have another great list of new tools. And the more that you guys share with us, the more we're able to give it back to you. Thank you very much.